Hello, my lovely people. This is Resilience Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. So I hope you're all doing well. So for today's reading, in honors to our new moon in Taurus, I was kind of inspired to do a kind of like reading of what makes you attractive in front of people. I know like Taurus is more like in terms of abundance and prosperity. But I don't know, I have a call that I have to do this reading today. As you know, sometimes a Taurus can be really luxurious, really sensual. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Taurus, because I am one and my birthday is coming up soon. So anyway, so yeah, what makes you attractive in front of, like from people's opinions, sorry. So as usual, we have three piles to choose from. So for pile one, we have this sticker here, the lovers. For pile two, we have this siren sticker. And for pile three, we have the wine. So I invite you to take a deep breath and choose the pile that you're the most attracted to. And I'm going to see you in the next piles. Hello, lovely pile one. If you choose this sticker, this is going to be a reading. So welcome. I hope you're all doing well. So for today's reading, we're looking at what is making you attractive. What I want to do is start with the tarot reading, then we're going to have a bunch of oracles, and I want to finish with an affirmation that you can use for the new moon, perhaps. Of course, if you have any additional question after this reading, or you just want a precise experience, my Etsy shop is now open. So for those who are new or didn't know, last week, I closed my Etsy shop for like a week because I had a really busy schedule and I went on a concert in New York City. It was so great. It really was like, the concert that I went to is my favorite singer of all time since I'm a young teenager. So it really meant a lot to me and I had so much fun. It's really hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard for me to get out of this little cloud, you know. I'm going back to my normal life and I'm just like, life sucks, you know. But no, don't worry, guys. I'm fine. But, you know, when you just had like such an amazing experience, because it wasn't just a concert, you know, I was able to see him up close. And all of that, you know, I shouted from the crowd like that I loved him and he responded with me too, you know, things like that. You know, I'm just like a big fangirl right now. Anyway, so now I have to be back on track, back on the routine, but you know, it is always a pleasure for me to do those readings for you. So I'm glad to be back on that part. So anyway, if you have any additional question after this reading or you just want a precise experience, my Etsy shop is now open. So the link is going to be in the description box. So don't hesitate. You're always welcome. Little disclaimers, of course, before we start. Guys, this is a general reading on YouTube for entertainment purpose. I really invite you to take the message that resonates with you and leave the one that doesn't in the universe. And I do think also you have to kind of believe in it, you know, to make it work, okay? Like, this is kind of like how manifestation works. You're kind of like, okay, I want this, and then you believe in it, and then it comes to you, you know, like something like that. So, really take the message that, you know, you believe in, that resonates with you, leave the other one for the other people in there. We're looking at the current... No, I don't think I can say that. Hold on. We're looking at the current energy. Nothing is set in stone. I mean... things could change in the sense that other things can make you attractive, or more things in the future can make you attractive, something like that. But for me, you're always a master of your own decision, no matter what. And I think I'm gonna end here for the disclaimers. I kind of have like this monologue that I kind of go through, but sometimes like it doesn't apply to every reading. So we're gonna go with that. And if there's other disclaimers that are coming true in the reading, I'm gonna tell you right away. So I'm just gonna put that aside while I give that a good shuffle. So I hope you're doing well. All right, I invite Spirit to please soothe me into the energy of pile one, their person energy. Oh, hold on. I really have a hard time getting back on track, guys. And, you know, pile one is always my first try. This is like when I think we make the most mistakes for some readers. I don't know. For me, it is. So I'm going to start that again. Spirit, let's blur out what I said. Go back. Okay, Spirit, please put me into the energy of pile one. So we're going to see what makes you attractive. You can qualify that also as your strength here. And by the way, guys, what I shuffle, if you don't subscribe to my channel yet, you're always welcome to join. And I want to take the time to thank my new and current subscribers. As I always say, and it's really true, each one of you really makes such a difference in my life. And I want to thank each and one of you so much. And I appreciate you all. All right, so now let's give it one more shuffle here. Okay, I'll shuffle. So let's see, spread. What makes Pawan attractive? Please give us as much detail. What makes them attractive? What makes Pawan attractive? Please give us as much detail. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Five of Cups. The Hierophant. The Two of Swords. And the Nine of Pentacles. All right. So as always, I'm going to clarify each of them. And I think I'm going to place them after. I think you can still see them well. Okay. So why the Wheel of Fortune? And the Queen of Wands. Why the Five of Cups? Queen of Cups. Why the Hierophant? The Two of Swords. Two of Pentacles in reverse. And why the Knight of Pentacles? So this one goes like that. Okay, one of the deck we have the Four of Cups, and of course I'm gonna place a card here. I thought it was working. Wait. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to remove this on the side. I kind of placed my camera in a weird angle because I kind of I modified my setup here that is holding my camera. I can't seem to get that back like it was before. So anyway, okay. So many messages that are coming through. I'm just gonna take a sip before. So one thing that I'm getting first is you're really someone that is independent. Independent in a good sense, in the terms that, especially with the Two of Swords here, clarified by the Three of Pentacles in reverse, it's kind of like you just do you don't really care about others people's opinion. And you know, you're really confident, especially because we have the Queen of Wands. You don't have to identify as, I know you can see it, but it's there. I think you see them not so, okay, maybe it's better like that. I hope it is. If it's not, I'm sorry. Let's say, yeah, the Queen of Wands, you don't have to identify as the Queen of Wands or, you know, be a queen or identify as a woman. But the Queen of Wands energy is kind of like really independent. And the Queen of Wands has success in everything that they do. And for me, it's kind of like really independent. Like, you know, for me, the Queen of Wands, she's kind of like a go-getter, you know. Like, she wants something, she goes for it, and she gets it, you know. And it's kind of like you are really withdrawn from others people's opinion in a good way. It's kind of like what I got from the Four of Cups also. And I think I will take this general energy here as maybe your main aspect. Which is kind of like, you know, go with the flow. Everything is fine. You know I'm making the right decision for myself. And that is something that people admire a lot. Because there's a lot of people that don't have this ability to not care about others people's opinion. And you kind of see them, especially, you know, with the social standards, the standards that society put in us, like so much, it can give so much pressure for some of us. But for you, it's kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to do me. And as long as I'm happy in it, this is what's important. Also, with the Knight of Pentacles especially, you're someone that is kind of like really rational. You're not like the impulsive type. I mean, this is not what I'm sensing for some of you. But you're kind of like really able to make rational decision or not let your emotions takes the wheel, takes the way. I don't know. But I kind of, when I kind of, I'm thinking of, I have a friend that I have, which is kind of like really rational in terms that something happened and then emotions, first of all, when something happened, that could make us emotional. Like at first this is like because the emotions is like a quick reaction, so this is pretty much like the first reaction. But then when you just like talk to yourself, take a step back and be like, okay, it's not that dramatic. This is when like the rational part came in, and it's kind of like what I'm sensing here. Like, I don't feel you're impulsive, you're acting on emotions right away. You kind of like to take your time and be like, okay, like, this is good for me, this is not good for me, this concerns me, this does not concern me. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I find that really interesting. I'm sensing that you're someone that likes to learn, likes to grow, likes to be a better version of yourselves. You're able to take criticism as well. So you're really like I'm sensing Pile 1 here is a really strong figure. Like, you know your worth. And that is what's making people like attracted towards you, because you're kind of like, follow me or don't, like kind of like this energy. But with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's kind of like, yeah, breaking patterns kind of thing, breaking cycles. So it's kind of like, okay, like when you did something wrong, for example, like at work, or, you're able to be like, okay, this was a mistake, but you know what? I'm going to take that as a lesson and then try to be a better version of myself afterwards. You're someone that is able, because I talked about the rational part, but with the Five of Cups, it's kind of like you're really able to take your emotions in well. Like, you're able to I don't want to say control, because emotions are important, but you kind of have a really mature way to deal with emotions, which is kind of like, okay, something just had happened, I have the right to be sad, I have the right to cry, and then after that, life goes on, life goes on. And you kind of see like this character looking afar, and the Five of Cups is kind of like this loss, this grief, and we're not feeling super great. Usually the Five of Cups, like, even on this picture, like, they don't see like the cup that is still up. They only see the cups that are at the ground, and they're like, oh my God, like, so much regret. But with that, it's kind of like, because, usually, okay, in the classic tarot deck, the Five of Cups is kind of like someone that is kind of like really sad, really crying, because they see the 3 cups on the ground. But at their back, there's like those 2 cups that are up, right? And you can see in this scenery here, one of the cups, they have it in their hand. So it's kind of like, okay, you know how to take your emotions seriously and be able to grieve them in a really mature and a good way. I don't want to say control, but guys, like, you're able to take your emotions in well, process them, and after that, being more in the rational side, okay? You're someone also that likes to get out of your comfort zone a lot. In terms of, and it could go with the breaking cycles here, as you always want to be a better version of yourselves. You're someone that likes to be in the action, okay? You're someone that likes things to change. Maybe some of you likes to work under pressure. Be careful with that, because sometimes when we like to work under pressure, we're able to take in a lot at work. And, some managers like to take that for granted. And the Four of Cups, I looked at the Four of Cups because it's kind of like this, taking for granted. But I know this is not like, because I know you will not let you go through that anyway. But yeah, you're someone that likes things to move. You're someone that likes things to be in action. You like some challenges, right? You're also really intelligent people. I could feel it with the Hierophant. You know how to detect social cues. You might be someone that is really charismatic in that aspect. Not really extrovert. I'm not sensing like people that are extrovert here. But it's kind of like you're able to socialize with people, having those social cues well. And maybe some of you are a leader or something, because you kind of see like this Hierophant, like, based on, oh, there's books here. It's interesting. It's kind of like you have a lot of knowledge and you're able to inspire people with that, which makes you really intelligent. And, people are craving for intelligent people. I'm telling ya. So good for you. And you know, it's interesting because it's clarified about the chariot, and the chariot, it says here this success, ambition, and once again, the chariot is moving. So yeah, you could really inspire people in that energy. What else? And yeah, and the Page of Swords, it's kind of like it says here. The Page of Swords likes to, it's kind of like this intense mental reflection. It's kind of like taking really this step back, which is kind of like what I confirm with the rational side here. As you don't act on impulsive emotions, you're more like, okay, I'm taking a step back, and what can I learn from that? So you could be like really resilient people. So yeah, really people think you're really attractive because of your intelligence, of your way to deal with your emotions, to not be like on panic mode every time, you know, to just be really lay low, like going with the flow, something like that. And yeah, people like to be around you a lot. Some of you might be like healers, or like to give a service to people. And see, that is such a passionate energy, that is a one. Being inspired, and inspire people in that matter. Really passionate individual also. Okay, I think I want to go to the oracle. So, I think I'm gonna go, and I'm not gonna shuffle. Wait, I'm gonna shuffle a little bit, but you're gonna see how I'm gonna choose a card today. Because sometimes I shuffle and then I take the card that is falling on the table. But sometimes it gives me like 2 cards, but today I kind of really want 1 card. I mean, okay, listen, I have 2 oracle deck that I want 1 card for each, and other I want 2. And one oracle deck that I'm having 2, okay. All right, so let me shuffle 2 more time. Okay, so you have the deck here, and I kind of want to just take a card in that. I'm gonna go with this one. So usually when I do that, I choose that really intuitively. You kind of like listen to your spirit and be like, okay, where does it draw me? At the left or at the right? Okay, and then you look at one, you're like, okay, this is it. And if this is not the card that you thought when you saw the video, I'm sorry. Okay. Let's go with this one. It's giving middle. Oh yeah. Yeah. I have it here. I heard like something socially intelligent. It doesn't even exist. Like, English is not my first language, so sometimes like I don't know if my intuitive message are tainted by that. Like, you guys might be socially intelligent people. Like, as I said earlier, like you get the social cues. I don't know. There is something that really, like, it seems like your energy is really towards people. I don't know what to say. This is what people like. You could be like literally magnet in that, in terms that people come talk to you, you know, even like strangers. You can see like some people are like that, like they don't do anything and people just go talk to them. Okay, so let's see the oracles that we have to get additional detail. So we have Silky, come out of hiding and embrace who you really are. So that's kind of like the going with the flow, you know, like Queen of Wands energy here. Okay, so we have Clock and Dagger, deception. Bat, take care, enemies are working against you. And Lobster, financial pitch. Okay, so obviously some people are jealous of you here. And, you know, sometimes it happens to the best of us, so don't worry about that. But it kind of seems like, not that it doesn't surprise you that I say this, but you're kind of like really able to detect the people that want you to do good and people that want you to do bad. Okay, this is kind of like what I'm getting from the deception here, because you kind of see like the knife. Is that a knife? Oh my god, this picture is like so dark. Why does it show that? Okay, no children is supposed to watch my videos, by the way, so Don't take in any ideas into this. But you kind of see like this, I guess, knife is like shining. And there's like this line here. So it's kind of like, you kind of see like this head like turning around. So it's kind of like, right? You know the people that are great with you and the people that are not. And you kind of see, I don't know, it seems like this character here doesn't give them back a hug. You kind of see like those arms going down. So they're just like, But it could also be, that some people want you to do bad, okay? Like sometimes when people are successful, some people are so jealous, they want them to fail. Like I'm gonna tell you, when guys do that, I'm like, just get a life. Like this is like a good time to take matters into your own hand, and be a better version for yourself. So yeah, come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. So this is really like this energy of like, you know what, I'm just gonna do me. And people that like that are gonna stay with me, and people that doesn't will leave, okay? So really people admire your transparency, you being authentic, you being yourself. There's kind of like something really attractive about that. You might be like someone that is really unique, either physically or in personality, and it's kind of like what makes you you. There's like no one like you, so you're kind of like a unique. It's kind of like when you I'm sorry for the metaphor here, but you're I don't know, you're shopping for a bag and there's just one of a kind and there's one left, you're kind of like, oh, I'm gonna take it, that's my type. And I don't want to compare human with bags, but this is like an example a visual example I could give you. So yeah, financial pinch. So you could be, listen, I don't know exactly like literally what the pinch means here, but when I saw that, I could feel like, for me, it's kind of like this success, going, like you can really reach abundance here. I kind of see like this lobster head just like, pinching financial opportunities here and there. And you can see like, yeah, there's like I don't know, a figure here. I don't know if it's a human, but you kind of see here, and then like there's this, I forgot the name in English. This little animal. I can't tell you like the French name because it's a bad word in English. But you kind of, anyway, what I want to say is that this animal is kind of like turning around that. So you really have this magnetic attraction that inspires people to do better for themselves. Those are for the good people, and the bad people in your situation kind of wants you to fail because they're jealous of how successful and abundant you are. So with that, let's go with your affirmation. Of course, this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching as I publish, tonight is the new moon in Taurus, April 27th, 2025. So I'm gonna let you with an affirmation that you can use for the full moon. I encourage you to use it for your rituals in the new moon. In the new moon. I was about to say full and new at the same time. But if you're watching it as timeless, you can always take this affirmation for you to go through your days or, to your week. So let's see. Okay, you know what? We have two and we're gonna take those two. So we have my inner selves always know what to do. Whenever you have to make a decision, pay attention to what you feel in that moment. Is your discomfort / anxiety coming out of fear? Or do you feel as if is somehow justified? So journaling could be really important for you in this new moon. If you want to manifest something, because your inner self is kind of like your intuition. You kind of see like a third eye here, sorry. So it's kind of like your intuition know what they want, know what they would do, in a situation out of fear. So, you're the master of your own decision. Don't ever forget that. And we have, I wake up today with joy in my heart and clarity in my mind. This is an amazing affirmation to help you start your day feeling energized. Make a conscious decision daily to have a great day. So maybe some of you are in the moment affected by people who are jealous of you, want to see you fail. You could have like this really empath energy when you take in a lot of like other people's energy. So it could be a thing here. So I think this affirmation would be really important for you to, you know, go back to your true self, your sense of light, which is being true to yourself, okay? And don't let those people that want you to do bad go into your head, or like maybe for some of you this is your inner saboteur. Don't let your inner saboteur sabotage you. You deserve better than that, and you have so much potential and a great a great attraction, a great magnetic attraction. So don't ever forget that you're a beautiful person, you know. And I'm gonna end the reading here, so I hope you enjoy. So as I said in the beginning, any additional question or you just want a personalized experience are always welcome on my Etsy shop. The link is going to be in the description box. And if you didn't subscribe to my channel yet, you're always welcome to do so. And I want to thank you so much for encouraging me and my growth as a tarot reader. If you feel comfortable sharing your experience in the comment, you're always welcome to do so. There's no judgment here. And you can always like the video for support and share with a friend right now. Share it with people that you're close to if you feel like it. So yeah, I'm wishing you all the best, and I really hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hello, lovely pile 2. If you choose this sticker, this is going to be a reading. So I hope you're all doing well. Welcome. So for today's reading, we are looking at what makes you attractive. So we're going to start with a tarot reading. Then I have a bunch of oracles, and I want to end up with an affirmation card that you can use for this new moon that is happening tonight if you're watching this video as I publish it. Or, you know, you can use that as an affirmation to go through your day or your week. And yeah, so if you have any additional question after this reading or you want a precise experience, I just reopened my Etsy shop. So for those who are new or didn't know, I closed my Etsy shop for a week since I had a busy schedule before going away. I went to see in concert my favorite singer of all time in New York City. And I just came back, and it was such an amazing experience because it wasn't just a concert. I had like some interaction somehow, like I was able to shoot from the crowd like that I love him and he responded with me too. That was such a great experience, even though he doesn't know who I am. I mean, I was able to see him really up close because I had like a VIP thing. It went by so fast, but it was such a great experience. And he even like he vibed with me at a certain moment in the concert because I was kind of like really in front. Anyway, so it's really hard for me to go back of my normal life and get out of this little cloud that he made. in a great way. I say that in a great way, but yeah, so yeah, going back to normal life. But you know, it's always my pleasure for me to do those readings to you guys, so I'm glad to be back for that part. And yeah, okay, a little disclaimer. So before we start, this is a general reading on YouTube for entertainment purpose, and I really invite you to take the message that resonates with your situation and that you believe in with you, and leave the other one that you don't believe or you don't feel that resonates in the universe. Some other people might need it. And for me, you're always a master of your own decision. And as I said to part 1, I said like nothing is set in stone. Like, you know, we're looking at the current energy as a sense that this is something that might make you attractive now, but some things can change after. Some maybe more things are going to make you attractive, or other things is going to make you attractive, you know, something like that. And yeah, for the disclaimers, I'm going to stop there. But if you have any, if I have any other disclaimers that are coming through, I'm going to tell you, of course, right away. So yeah, I'm just gonna put that aside here, and I'm gonna shuffle a little bit. Well, I'm gonna ask Spirit to please tune me into the energy of pile 2. And while I shuffle, guys, you're always welcome to put a little subscribe on my channel if it's not already done. And I want to take the time to thank my new and current subscribers of the week. You really, each one of you make such a big difference in my life, and I really appreciate it. And if you're not part of the crew yet, don't hesitate to join. And I thank you so much in advance for that. All right, so let's shuffle one last time here. All right. So it's all shuffle here. So let's see. Spirit, what makes pile 2 attractive? Please give us as much detail as possible. What makes pile 2 attractive? Okay. So we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. We have the Three of Wands. Ace of Cups. I knew this card was coming. That's interesting because I saw it in the deck and I was like, It rang the bell. Okay, so we have the Tower and the Lovers. So I'm gonna place the card after, guys, because I kind of changed my setup for my camera and I can't seem to like put it as it was before. Sadly. Okay, so also we do, I'm gonna clarify each of them. So why the Ace of Swords in reverse? The Hangman, why the Three of Wands? Emperor, why the Ace of Cups? The Moon in reverse, why the Tower? Oh, my cards got confused. Okay, Two of Wands and why the Lovers? Okay. Okay, bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. Yeah, my setup is totally fucked up. Sorry for the word. Okay, I think we got it pretty much here. Okay. So two keywords that I got for you guys, it's is courageous, and healer. And before I go into that, I'm gonna take a sip, so you're gonna have a little suspense from my part. So we have a lot of energy of like deep emotions. We have a lot of energy of love. The Ace of Cups is really ringing a bell to me. And the Ace of Cups is kind of like this abundance, but really in terms of like deep emotions of love. I'm getting here also like a kind of like unconditional love, which I usually get from the Queen of Cups. Bingo. I know it was there. I know it was there. Okay, I'm just gonna let that so I can see it again and refer to it if needed. You can really be the type of person that doesn't judge people. You know, you're just like minding your own business and, you know, like people do them. And, you know, you could be someone that I'm kind of getting like something just, I'm surprised we don't have like justice here. As maybe you're not that how can I say that? You're not screaming like out loud the unfairness in this world, but you kind of feel it and you try to like give unconditional love to each individuals. Something like that. Instead of like screaming at the society, like, you know, like the unfairness of how people are discriminated and something like that. You prefer like to give one-on-one unconditional love. Does that make sense? I mean, it makes sense in my head. Because yeah, it seems like even with the Ace of Swords, because the Ace of Swords, I could see them like, you know, like being in action, you know, like I'm getting really a different energy. Pawan was really a lot in the action. You are more into like the passive energy, but what you, maybe you don't even realize it, because what people find attractive about you is like this unconditional love that you give in a really subtle way. It's not like, okay, you're the top, you're like the priority, you're not like in the front of the actions, you're more like doing like subtle work, okay? And you kind of see it with the Hangman, because when me the Hangman, okay, you can see like how its head is like giving such this radiant energy, yet it's stuck at the feet. So it's kind of like you don't have to move to give people love. You just, maybe this is what you do in your work. You could be working like, you know, in social work, so like people come to you and then you heal them in a sense. It could be something. Yeah, you're really in a open mind energy, in the sense that maybe in your work also you do teamwork, or you happens to work with people a lot of the time. And it's kind of like no matter where they came from, and no matter what they look like, and no matter how they smell like, when I'm getting that message though. It's kind of like, you know, you still like collaborate with them in a really a great way. And yeah, people really like that energy of you. And maybe some people think that you have you have a crush on them. You know, some people like when you're act of kindness, some people like they're like, oh, okay, they have a crush on me, and it's kind of like, no, sorry from the misunderstanding. But yeah, that's some things that definitely makes you attractive and kind of like charismatic in your own way. As you're not like really forward, you're more like in the inner energy that radiates your energy, and it's like this charisma. I'm getting a lot of stability also. Maybe you're, as you're not like in the fire of action, you're gonna have like you're really maybe settled in life. You have a really stable life and stable energy, and it's kind of like when there is like big moments happening, or like people, especially if you work like in the service, you know, some people like can be screaming at you, and you're just like, you know, keeping your there's a French saying that is kind of like garder son sang-froid, which is kind of like, you know, you stay like really calm in terms of like when people are like yelling at you or something. You could be also really empath, really intuitive people with the moon that is clarifying the Ace of Cups. The moon is kind of like the revealing a truth, because the moon upward is like really hitting emotions, and when it's in reverse, it's kind of like a releasing of some sort, like a connecting to the truth. And so it's kind of like for you, like your authenticity came from your emotions. It also says here spirituality, intuition. So you could be really like intuitive, spiritual people. And it's kind of like what helps you like in your day-to-day life and with people and with your work, maybe. It's like this intuition, this beautiful intuition that you have. And the Tree of Wands is also a card of like non-action. And see, the Emperor is also like sitting and looking from far away, you know, and just staying really calm. So yeah, you can see there's a lot of energy here, or just like stepping back, even the Nine of Wands here, and just being like, okay, yeah, you're doing like solo work. I don't know what to say, like you do a lot of like growing, but like none in the fire of action. You're more like doing inner, like within yourself. And some people might be like, how do they do that? Like they seem so calm and so in peace, you know, with themselves, and yet you're just learning, you know, in this life, of course. But see, the strength is also courage here. But it's kind of like for you, like courage is not like this fire energy. It's more like within. I don't have any example to explain this, but maybe if you relate to that, you will understand. But it's kind of like having this inner power to have such a great love for yourself that you're able to give this unconditional love to people. Okay, this is kind of like really courageous, because I don't know, I'm gonna give a really bad example, but some people, you know, that are different from social standards, and I include myself in that. Okay, honestly, like it's not, I'm not saying that in a mean way, because I hate social standards. If you have read, you know, if you have listened a little bit to my videos, I said that sometimes. And you know, the people that are kind of like different for a social society, I remember in high school, like here, for example, like I was taking dance classes, and I had like an idea for like the collective dance. Like we had to do a dance. All the group was like the worst nightmare, honestly. And I had an idea to make a change from the last year, you know, because it was like the same people. And I was told, oh, don't even bother. Like the popular girls don't like you, so they're not gonna take your idea. And I was like, what the hell? Like seriously, you know? But it's kind of like it's kind of like, you know, some people, like because you're not appreciated from the popular people, it's kind of like you're, you know, some people are in a way like not appreciated by everyone, but you kind of see like the human behind it, you know. And that's kind of what makes you attractive to not only some type of individuals, but a lot of people. And you kind of just really laid back and, you know, chill. Unconditional love, once again. Such a pure happiness. You might be also happy with the simple thing here. And the Page of Wands can also represent the lover here. Yeah, see, once again, the laid-back energy. You have a lot of a laid-back energy of like just someone that is really observant, really emotionally intelligent here. Yeah. So definitely what makes you attractive is like your open mind, your emotional intelligence, your healing that you provide to people. And your courage to just being like, you know what, I see the human behind everyone, no matter if they're like popular or not, or if they're appreciated or not, you know. So if you're not working like in a social work of some sort, of like helping people heal or helping people be a better version of themselves, it could be like a really great work field you will be really successful at if this is the confirmation you needed or something that you were thinking about. But yeah, a disclaimer here, and sometimes I don't do this, but as tarot readers, and I talk for every tarot readers on YouTube, we're not responsible for decision you make after. This is kind of like why we say that the readings are for entertainment purpose. If you base your life decisions on that, this is your decision. But this is not like tarot reader's fault if it doesn't work out at the end, you know. So this is why you're the master of your own decision, and the YouTube tarot reading are here for entertainment purpose, help you gain clarity. And if you feel like this is your call, well, do it, but this is your own call, you know. But always trust your intuition, guys, you know. Okay, so let's put out some oracles here. And as I did to pile one, I don't want, usually I shuffle and I take like the cards that are falling on the table, but I really want, so there's two oracle deck that I'm going to use. I want one card from each, and another oracle deck that I'm going to use two. But I'm going to choose them instead of like shuffling them. I'm going to choose them from the deck here. All right. Wait, I want to, okay. So I usually go like that, and then I take the card that is flashing at me. This one. So we're gonna get additional details with those oracle deck. Okay. All right, so let's see. So we have King Tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. We have the Witching Hour, favorable circumstances. We have Angels, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. And we have Well, family wishes come true. Okay, my cards are all bugged out. Okay, that's, I'm getting a really weird message with my cards bugging out right now. All way like in different directions. I don't know if some of you right now, you kind of feel like a little bit lost in your life. Like maybe there's a lot of things happening. You don't know if you're like on the right path. You know, maybe some of you needed that confirmation that maybe you should do social work, and maybe this is not what you're doing right now. You're not working with humans, but you know, this is something that you would be good for, you know, something like that. If you're watching it as I publish this video, I would highly recommend doing rituals for the new moon, if you're familiar with that. It could really just be like working on your manifestation, because when there's new moon, there's new beginnings, there's new you. So this is really a time to help you like manifest what you really want. And man, this card is like talking for itself, right? You kind of see like this character literally doing rituals. You can see like potions and like herbs here and crystal and those it's not candles or it's incense, but you can see how beautiful that came out. And you see like this, is that a wolf or a dog that is like approving? But if you manifest in the last few days, and maybe when you watch this video, there's like energies happening that could be in your favor. So yeah, manifesting could be something really important for you. You could really get into your right path in your life if you feel like it. And it says here, you know, receiving the fullness of life. Interesting. Plenty, prosperity. And by the way, this new moon, it is a new moon in Taurus, okay? And this is prosperity. I'm just saying. So it could be like a sign that maybe there's something that you can really get from that. So the spiritual guidance can be something that you do. It could be something that you receive from your manifestation. And with the protection from harm, it's kind of like telling me that like spirits are with you right now. So you're not alone in this. And no matter what decision you make, even if it's a big one, I'm sensing that you're going to be supported in those decisions that you make for yourself. And you can also be someone that is really family oriented. Or like whether like there is problem with your family and you have wishes about that, it could be a confirmation that no matter what you wish for, it can come true. It can come true, you know. So you could have like a really, really powerful spiritual manifestation energy that you're not even aware of, which is really interesting. So we're gonna go with the affirmation now. So I don't know if I told you already though, but those affirmation cards can be used for manifesting, you know, with the new moon in Taurus. If you watch it as I publish this video, it can also be like as affirmation for you to get through your day or your week, okay? But is there any affirmation you want to say to Paltry before the reading? Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm so like, it's a confirmation for me. So you have believe, receive, achieve. So believe is kind of like what you do on manifestation. You kind of like, okay, I want this and I believe I deserve that. And you kind of see all those stars here. And, you know, sometimes the stars are with us in terms of manifestation, like the moon and, you know, the stars and everything like that. So that's really interesting. And at the back, it says, whenever you want to accomplish something, believe in yourself first and then let things unfold. And I kind of want to keep it like this side because maybe there's something that it's maybe a confirmation that you needed right now, which is interesting because I feel like you came for the reading to see like what makes you attractive. And I feel like maybe some of you, it has given you a call for something more. I mean, this is your decision, of course, but I just know that you're really beautiful individual and really open mind and, you know, non-judgmental. And this is something that people appreciate a lot. So with that, you can really use that as a tool to accomplish what you want in life, you know. And I'm going to end the reading here. So I hope you enjoy. So as I said in the beginning, any additional question or you just want a personalized reading are always welcome on my Etsy shop. It's now open. The link is in the description box and you're always welcome here. If you didn't subscribe to my channel yet, you're always welcome to do so. And I thank you so much in advance for encouraging me and my growth as a tarot reader. If you feel comfortable sharing your experience in a comment or, you know, you can always do so. There's no judgment here. And you can always like the video for support and share it with some friends or people that you know that would benefit it. So yeah, I thank you so much and I wish you all the best and I really hope to see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, lovely Paltry. If you choose this sticker, this is going to be a reading. So I hope you're all doing well. Welcome. So for today's reading, it honors to the new moon in Taurus. Even though the new moon is kind of like about prosperity and abundance, I was called to do a reading about what makes you attractive. So we're going to go with that. So we're going to start with the tarot reading, and then I'm going to have a bunch of oracles that I want to use and finish off with affirmation that you can use for the new moon if you watch my video as I publish it, or, you know, as an information to go through your days or week. And if you have any additional question after this reading or you want a precise experience, my Etsy shop is now open. So for those who are new or didn't know, I closed my Etsy shop for a week because I had a busy schedule before going to New York City, see my favorite singer of all time in show, and it was really amazing. I have no words to describe my experience, like best day of my life, literally. Because it wasn't just a concert, like I was able to scream from the crowd like that I loved him, and he said like me too, you know, like I'm such a Delulu fan, honestly. Because we even had a moment like I was kind of like on the front row, but not like I was row D, you know, instead of row A, but like I was kind of like really close to the scene, and I think like at one point he was looking at me and we're like dancing together. Anyway, maybe I'm Delulu, I'm just saying, but the way that it happened, it was like he came like in front of me. It's kind of like those people, like there were like I guess 3 people in front of me, and it kind of like it made the way for him to really be in front of me. And then I kind of like I was filming him, and then I saw that he was like looking at me. I was like, oh shit. And then like he like fold down, is that how it's called? And like vibe with me. I was like, what the hell just happened? Anyway, maybe I'm Delulu, but also I was able to see him really up close after because I had like a VIP thing. And yeah, it's really hard to get back from this little cloud of mine, but I have to get back to reality. And, you know, it's always a pleasure for me to do those readings. So it's great to be back in that setting. I mean, it's great to be back with you guys. Anyway, okay, little disclaimers before we start. So for me, you're always a master of your own decision. This is a general reading on YouTube for entertainment purpose, as we are not responsible for any decisions that you make after this reading, or you know, if there's like a message that you don't resonate or you don't believe in, then just let that for the other person, but take the message that resonates and you believe in with you. We're looking at the current energy. Nothing is set in stones, as you know, those are the things that makes you attractive now, but maybe after there's going to be other things that are making you attractive, or more things that is going to make you attractive. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna put that aside. I'm gonna shuffle the deck a little quick. What I'm gonna ask for you to please tune me into the energy of pile 3. I will want to make them attractive. So I'm gonna shuffle off camera a bit. So guys, if you don't follow, if you don't subscribe to my channel yet, you're always welcome to do so. I want to take the time to thank my new and current subscribers of the week. You guys are really making such a difference in my life right now, and I appreciate each one of you equally. And if you're not part of the crew yet, don't hesitate to join. And I thank you so much in advance for encouraging me and my growth as a tarot reader. You know, you're always welcome, no matter where you're from, what you look like, what energy you provide. Except if this is like a hating energy, okay? If you're a hater, listen. I'm not the type of tarot reader that hopes to be appreciated by everyone. I know that my readings can't reach everyone, but if my readings don't reach you, there's other tarot readers on YouTube that are really great, and maybe they're more a fit to you, so you can always look at them, you know why. But yeah, if you appreciate the readings that I offer so far and their energy that we have in our little community, for that you're always welcome. Okay, I'll shuffle now, you guys. So let's see, Spirit, what makes pile 3 attractive? Please give us as much details. Okay, so I have Judgment in reverse. Strength. That was too much. Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and Ace of Swords. Okay, so as always, I'm going to clarify each of them, and I'm going to place the card after. So why the Judgment in reverse? I have Two of Wands. Why the Strength? Why the Five of Pentacles? Why the Six of Wands? Why the Ace of Swords? And Two of Pentacles as the bottom of the deck. Okay. Yeah, I have a little, I changed my setup. As I said to like the other piles, I changed my setup and I'm not able to take it, you know, like as it was before. So I'm kind of stuck with that for now, but I'm gonna try to do that better for the next reading, I guess. Okay. So what I'm getting from you guys, you're someone that is really versatile with the Two of Pentacles here. You might have like a really great capacity to adapt to whatever situation. You're also like, can you say that, adventurous? Like you like to go on an adventure. You're also a really great friend. You might be someone that is really loyal and generous. You're also, you kind of have like a really great self-confidence. We have those two cards here, Six of Wands and Straight, which is like self-confidence, but you're not that cocky. Usually if only the Six of Wands was there, I would be like, voila, you know, like maybe a little bit cocky, but you have like a really great way of having self-confidence in a really mature way. The Empress, I saw that in the deck. And I was kind of like drawn to it, and it came in the reading, which is great. And the Empress is like beauty. Usually the Empress is like, okay, listen, usually this is divine feminine. But it could just be like you have like really a great physical, physical, I can say physical attract, but like you attract people like because of your physical aspect also. So you could be really beautiful people. You're also really able to take care of yourself, or you're working right now at to take care of yourself. And now listen guys, it's gonna sound funny because I got this because of, it says self-loading here. And I don't know, self-loading for me, I don't know what it means, okay? So it's gonna sound so funny, but for me it's kind of like giving an energy of like self-care. And if that's not that, it's going to be so funny. But listen, tell me in the comments. I don't care if I'm judged on that, honestly. But listen, the purpose is there. I'm sensing that you're an individual that likes to take care of yourself, either physical, your physical traits, or you know, just growing to be a better version each day. Maybe this is why people find you so attractive in your physical way. It's because you take care of yourself. You know, self-care Sunday. You know, thing like that. You know, putting makeup in the beautiful way, you know, like you could have a lot of a head turning around when you're in public, like a lot of people looking at you, you know, that's when you know you're attractive, you know, kind of like, unless you're having like a ketchup on your face or something. But yeah, you're gonna have also a great sense of humor. I'm sensing for your pal, a lot of you are extrovert though. Which I think I was getting for pile 1 or 2 introvert, but for you I'm sensing like you're really social, extrovert, you like to be around friends. You like to get out of your comfort zone also. But in terms of like living because I think I got that for another pile, but for you it's kind of like getting out of your comfort zone in terms of like beauty. Oh my god, this is a really specific message, so take it if that resonates. But you could be someone that likes to dye their hair differently, or you know, try different makeup trends, following fashion trends, different workout. I'm getting the sense that you have a lot of hobbies here, and you're doing a lot of sport, like maybe Pilates, yoga, fitness, going to the gym, something like that. You really like to take care of your body and health. What else? Yeah, so we said adventure. We said, oh, see, this is kind of like a karate type of thing. Interesting. It says standing up for yourself. But the Seven of Wands is also an energy of like working hard for yourselves. So maybe some people really appreciate your perseverance, your way of always trying to be a better version for yourself. And having had achieved this fulfillment in yourself, this success, like you are able to show people you have your place here, you have the right to be here, which I think like everybody should have it. But for you, it's kind of like, you know, you're in a space and you know you're here for a reason and you deserve to be here and you deserve to have fun and to be in your best energy. Ooh, with the devil, I'm getting a sexual energy here. You could be people that are really attractive. Like you could have a really attractive body, you know, especially, you know, if some of you are working out for that body, it could be a confirmation that it works. By the way, if you're not working out, it's fine. It could still be your reading. But you could have like still a really attractive body. Like there's something, I don't know if it's like, I'm thinking like boobs or ass or like abs, you know. Some people like they don't even work out and they have beautiful body, you know, or they have like such a unique body that people are like, it makes people turn their head around. Oh yeah, you know you kind of know you're pretty. I don't know what to say. It's kind of like, you know that you're pretty, so people are attracted to it, you know. With the Ace of Swords here, it's like, especially, yeah, having this vision. It's kind of like really putting you out of there. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are like beauty gurus or like creating, how do you say that? I only have the French word, but it's kind of like you create content, social media. In social media, you create content in social media. But if you're like not an extrovert, you kind of have this energy of like really magnetic when people come talk to you. But as I said, I think you might have a really small circle of friends for some of you, but you're really loyal. So really people, I really admire how loyal you are and how you put like your friends in priority when they need it. They know that they can trust you and come to you for advice and for reassurance and, you know, like having a shoulder to cry on. All right, so I think we're ready for the oracle here. So how I want to do, as I did to pile 1 and pile 2, usually I shuffle and I take like the cards that are falling on the table, but for my oracles, I kind of want to choose intuitively from the deck. So I'm just gonna choose, I'm just gonna shuffle the deck a little bit. And then I choose intuitively a card from that, and I'm gonna go with this one. I had a hesitation here because sometimes when I shuffle and I it falls on the table, it gets like 2 cards, but I really want 1 this time. And for this deck, I'm gonna choose 2. So let's see here. So we have Cosmic Ocean, Current Dreams, Future Realities, New Beginning. We have number 31, Invocations, the Power of Word. And it says here, I recognize the power of my words and use them for the good of all. We have Well, Family Wishes Come True. And Tiger, Doing Something Risky, Taking a Chance. Okay. So yeah, you could be really courageous individual. You could be really also great at communicating what you want and, you know, putting your boundaries. Especially with the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands seems like someone that will defend themselves for great causes, or, you know, if someone is like mean to them, they're gonna be like, no, I'm not I'm not deserving of that energy, and I'm gonna show them like that this is not the type of energy that I deserve to receive. It's interesting that we have the tiger and the strength here. The tiger is like really a moving forward energy. So as I said, I'm not surprised if some of you are really social people, or just like really putting yourself out of there and, you know, getting out of your comfort zone a little bit to take a chance, you know, to make better decisions for yourself, to be a better version for yourself. You kind of have to have this courageous energy and moving forward and trying different things in life. You could be someone that likes to travel also, to discover new place, new culture, new food. I love this because it says current dreams, future realities, and it's kind of like it's going like together. It's kind of like right now, maybe you have some dreams, and it's gonna come reality in future. And I want to ask you, you know, this question: what are your dreams? What do you dream of? And if you like journaling, you could like writing them down. And by manifesting it, especially if you do like a new moon, guys, by the way, if you're watching it as I publish it, new moon is a manifestation energy. This is a call for a new beginning. So if there's some dreams that you want to accomplish, you can make them into reality if you believe in it, if you're putting the work of manifestation on it. And it says like, you know, new beginnings. So you could be really like a go-getter, as I like to say. Like you want something, you go through it, you're trying to get it, and then you're successful at it. And I recognize the power of my words and use them for the good of all. It could be into manifestation, like evocations is kind of like that. Like I want this, I want that, I'm deserving of that energy. And then if spirit is listening to you, if you believe in it, okay, because it goes both ways, you can really make things happen. And well, for me, it says family wishes come true. So you can take that as a confirmation if you had a dream about family, perhaps. But this is kind of like what your wish for is going to come true, okay? If you believe it enough. For you guys, it can take some time though, so just be patient with yourselves. Maybe some of you are really into instant gratification, and I mean, we are in that energy as some sorts, you know. We like, of course, we like instant gratification, but sometimes the good things take some time to happen. Okay, so just trust the spirit process in that, because it's not going to be right now, but it might take some weeks, some months, some year for some of you. But just know that if you're manifesting it enough and you have enough patience for yourself and for spirit, you can really accomplish many things in the future. All right, so let's go with your affirmation card. So as I said in the beginning, if you're watching it as I publish it, I invite you to take this affirmation for the new moon in your manifestation. And if you're watching it, you know, later, because this is a timeless reading, you can always take that to go through your day or your week. So let's see, Spirit, is there any information you want to give to pile 3 to close the reading? Okay, so we have 2. We're gonna take the 2. Okay, so it says creative energy surge through me and lead me to a new and brilliant ideas. We're all being given the gifts of creativity and imagination. Focus on accepting that you're a limitless spiritual being and your imagination will flourish. So this card is also saying like you can accomplish anything, right? And the Empress is also a really creative mind, a really creative energy. So it's kind of like everything is possible if you put your mind in it. It's kind of like what this card is giving me. And we also have, I choose to let go of fear. Fear keeps you stuck in one place. Take one fear that you have and notice the power it has over you. Then see it for what it is, just a thought. What thought is in capital letters? Just a thought? Sorry, I got distracted from that. I'm trying to figure out like why is it in capital? Oh, it says like, okay, I understand. It says like the fear is just a thought. I thought it was like, you know, just a thought. You should think about it, you know, what I just said. You know, it says like fear is a thought. It's just a thought. So fear is not real. So it's okay for you to get to let go of like your inner saboteur, because I kind of see, there's birds flying, so it's kind of like the release of fear, of doubt, of when we doubt about ourselves, when you have those inner saboteurs take away, it's kind of like really difficult to let go of fear, and we're like, what if that happened? But if you let go of fear and you have like this creative energy that you can accomplish anything you put your mind into, maybe you could accomplish your dream in that. So this is why I feel for you it's gonna take some time. It makes sense now. So you're gonna have to be patient, because letting go of fear, it's not happening at the moment, and it's not happening like in a straight line for me. It's kind of like when you release a fear, it's kind of like you're working against it, and then sometimes you go back, and then so you just have to be really patient in a process, but it could make you really resilient. So if you choose to let go of fear, right? It's kind of like when you choose to let go of fear, it's kind of like when the fear wants to come back, it's kind of like it's closed, right? The door is closed, they're not coming back. So yeah, release your inner demons, guys. Release your, where is it? I think it is here. Release your devil energy. What makes you, because see, the devil is kind of like putting you like stuck. You're stuck in chain. But the chain are not really real, right? It's kind of like the Eight of Swords, which is usually like this mental prison. And our mind, man, it can really stop us, but it can also make us accomplish great things. So it depends on how we treat ourselves, right? How we talk about ourselves in our mind, how we treat ourselves, So if you put your mind on it, you choose to release fear, you're like, okay, I can accomplish this dream, nothing would stop me, then it can happen to you in the future, right? Great things could happen to you in the future. All right, so I'm gonna end the reading here, guys. I hope you enjoy. So if you have any additional question after this reading, or you want a more precise experience, my Etsy shop is there. The link is going to be in the description box, so don't hesitate. You're always welcome here. If you didn't subscribe to my channel yet, you're always welcome to do so. Wait, I think I misspelled something, but you're always welcome to subscribe to my channel, of course. And if you did, I thank you so much for encouraging me and my growth as a tarot reader. If you feel comfortable sharing your experience in the comment, you're always welcome to do so. There's no judgment here. And you can always like the video for support and share it with friends. Share it with people that might need it. So yeah, I'm wishing you all the best, and I really hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.